Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to make a quick video on wheel spacers for my E39 M5 because when I was looking to decide what size spacers I was going to put on it, I saw a lot of different opinions and looks from other people. And rather than just looking through a bunch of pictures, I figure it would be a lot better if I showed you what I ended up with and the look that I have in a little quick video, and hopefully that'll help you guys decide on what spacers you want to run on your car. So on this side of the car, there is no spacers whatsoever. So I have the stock staggered wheels with no spacers on this side. And primarily my main issue with these cars is the front wheel is just sucked in too far. And the rear wheel fits pretty well, but the front and the fender opening, it just sucked in and just doesn't look right to me. So a lot of people talk about spacers on these, and I think the real common setup is like a 5 or 3 mil on the back and a 12 millimeter on the front. I was trying to decide on what spacers to get, and I ultimately just decided on a set of 15 millimeters for the front, and I figured I'll see how they looked. So I have one over here on this side, and on the driver's side, that's the 15 millimeter spacer as opposed, and no spacer in the rear. And really, I think the 15 was just right. It doesn't push it out too far. It sits nice and flush, but I don't want them too far out. And it matches the rear pretty good. So, you know, it was the reason why I ended up with the 15 over the 12. Rather than invest in a nice set of H&R spacers from the get-go, I wanted to try some cheaper ones to see how they fit. And there's really no good options in the 12 millimeter range. Those really specific sizes. They usually jumps in sizes of 5. So I just threw on the generic spacer that I could find. It's hub centric, but it's not a name brand, to see if I like the look before I invest in a nicer set, and it's pretty good. Maybe I might try a really small one on the rear, maybe a 3 millimeter, but the way it sits now with the 15 on the front and the stock rear, I think it's nearly perfect on that setup. Now, one thing to keep in mind though, guys, is you can't run your stock lug bolts with these 15 millimeter spacers. So let me go get to the spacer. So here's the spacers I'm running, and like I said, they're hub centric, so they fit onto the hubs, and that's real important so you don't have vibration and loading issues. But on the lug bolts, since I am running a spacer that's 15 millimeters thicker, you obviously not need longer bolts. My spacers didn't come with bolts. I bought them separately, and I couldn't find any good option that was black that was 15 millimeters longer. So I settled for this set here, and they are 20 millimeters longer than the factory bolts. And they fit fine. But what's important, if you're going to do that, is I actually took a dial caliper and measured through the back of the opening of the wheel hub to make sure that this longer bolt wasn't going to go back and hit anything. I've had times where you do this on other cars. Usually it's like a rear wheel, and if you run a longer bolt, it'll actually get back into the backing plate, especially if you have a parking brake set up back there. It can cause a lot of damage. So don't just order a longer bolt and send it. Do the measurements and make sure you're not going to have interference, and just make sure that you have full thread engagement on the bolt into the hub and the through the brake disc on the car. So that's it, guys. Just a real quick video so you guys can see what a 15 mil spacer on the front of the car looks like. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys have different setups of spacers, let me know. I like to hear what you think of the setup. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video, guys.